Hi, and welcome to our part where we're going to be sewing the Quick Sew 4172. This is a tent dress. As you see behind me, I've belted it. This is what we're going to learn how to make this view A. You can make it longer or shorter, and so we're going to do the shorter version. So what you need to do first is get out your pattern pieces. You're going to open it up, get out all of your pattern pieces and your instructions. Now you can follow along with me with your instructions if you want to. We're going to do things mostly by the instructions. We might do things a little bit differently, but for the most part, you don't really need this since you're going to be watching this video. I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step. So the first thing we want to do that we've already talked about previously is making a muslin. A muslin is usually from fabric like this. This is pretty inexpensive, cheap cotton muslin. It's probably $5 a yard or less. And what you're going to do is you're going to do most of your pattern pieces on this muslin, but you don't need all of your pattern pieces because you're not making the full dress. It's not really a practice dress as into how to sew it and all. It's more about fit. So you really only want the pieces that contain fitting information to practice on our muslin. And so I'll show you what those are. So I've already taken the liberty of cutting out my size for the pattern pieces. And so that's what you'll do. You'll go on the back of your pattern envelope, you'll find your size. In this one, it's actually very simple, and through the whole process, that's why I chose this pattern. Everything is very, very simple. So these sizes are extra small through extra large. So going back to our video tutorials earlier, you'll figure out your size and then go onto the back of here and see which size you are in terms of measurements, how many inches you are across. So I've chosen mine, and I have cut on those lines. So let's bring out this piece. This is the skirt back piece. So I've already cut it, but what you'll notice is there's several lines up here. And what you're gonna do, I've chosen this XS, extra small. I've chosen that XS, and I'm gonna cut all the way down on all the pieces, everything that says XS. And I'm just gonna cut right on that line and follow it up. Now, it might be a little bit difficult because a lot of these lines intersect. You'll notice here there's a bunch of lines that just kind of all get tangled, but all you're gonna have to do is just take it slowly and just follow your line, follow your measurement, and when it comes to an intersection, just see which one connects to it and then go across. So for my back skirt piece, I've noticed that my line goes down right here, but then it actually goes all the way up to the edge and then down. And so, like I said, you're just gonna cut all of those pieces all the way around, and you'll do that for all the pieces that you need. And in this case, because there's only two views, and they use both of the same pieces, so there's not going to be any extra pieces. You're actually going to use all the pieces that are given to you. A lot of different patterns have, say, 10, 12, 20 pieces because there's different views that you can make that actually look completely different. And so some of them will have extra pieces for some views that you might not use for your view. But in this case, take them all out, cut them all. And then what I like to do is once I've cut them, you'll notice how wrinkly this pattern is. And I like to take a dry iron and just press on it. I don't iron it like you would your clothes because that can tear it. This tissue is very, very sensitive. And so you just press on it for just a few seconds and then press and keep going. But make sure it's a dry iron because we are basically ironing or pressing with paper. You don't want it to get wet. So just make sure it's dry and just get it all flat and smooth, because once you get it smooth, then you can have a more accurate representation of the pattern piece to then lay on your fabric. If it's bunched like this, you can lose several inches and not get a very accurate read on your pattern. So cut all these out, dry iron them all, and make sure that they're all smooth